Self-made life shit. Let's get to it, man. I'm on the mission, nigga, I'm on the mission. I put the work in, nigga, ain't no wishing. I feel like Santa, how I'm fucking gifted. Ain't with it, but I'm fucking lifted. I'm talented, nigga, I'm gifted. Look at you, that's the fucking difference. Look at me, you see God working. She in the back and you know she twerking. She shaking ass and that's for certain. She bring the money back to daddy though. I'm in the Benz, was in the caddy though. I done came up a long way. I done counted up a lot of cake. Little nigga, you a die today. To Miami, I might fly today. To LA, I might fly today. To Vegas, I might fly away. I get high till I fly away. I get paid, I got a lot to say. Self-made life, that's the only way, nigga. Real shit, man. We just getting started, nigga. All gas, no break, 2020, man. Self-made life shit, man.
Alright, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, man. Self-Made Life TV, selfmadelife.com. Go get some merch, man. Follow the IG. Let's get into this, man. The NFL is back. Man. All my daily fantasy players, we know this the time. This our time of the year. You know what I'm saying? If you a DFS player, this is our time of the year, man. Week 1, NFL back. I'm geek. So let's get into this, man. First breakdown of the year. We got Thursday night game. Dallas Cowboys at the Buccaneers. Good game. Super Bowl champions versus a team looking for redemption. We all know the season the Cowboys had last year. So, without further ado, man, let's get into this. So, let me light the blunt real quick. But yeah. Oh, hey, don't flame me up because my lighters, man. I know every video nigga be going through lighter issues, man. Don't buy the crackhead lighters, y'all. Word of advice: never buy the crackhead lighters. No matter how cheap they is, they gonna break on you. But let's get back to it, man. Blunt lit. So our total is we opened up Dallas at Buccaneers. The total was 52. Tampa Bay opened up as a 6.5 point favorite. As of now, the total has came down to 51.5, and Tampa Bay is an 8.5 point favorite. So more money has came in on the Buccaneers. All right, so I would say a high total. As we look at some of the other games, in football, 50 is a high total. You only see a couple games with 50, so Vegas is expecting a shootout, but I kind of beg to differ, and I'm going to tell you why. So, first things first I want to do, let's get into this article. Now, I think a lot of times with DFS, we kind of get too caught up in the player picking is the most important thing, but I feel like we need to start doing a little more research on the narrative of the game, and then that will help you better understand, because the Vegas odds are just that, they're odds. Vegas set the odds up to make money. So a lot of times you're making your lineup based off the odds. It's not really accurate. You need to make your lineup based on the reality of what situations, both football teams are in. So shout out Athlon Sports, man. They do some good articles. So let's get into this, man. Put this one out real quick. Okay, so basically, it says, and I'm not gonna go through every one. Some lines I just want to get to that kind of just give you a little more insight on what's going on tonight. So it says, first paragraph, Brady will have mostly the same supporting cast from tight end Rob Gronkowski to wide receiver Mike Evans as the team returns all 11 starters on offense and defense. So I think that's big right there. We don't have a lot of stats to go off of. We do got last year's stats. But one thing for week 1, the fact that the Buccaneers returning all starters from each side of the ball, is big, man. It's definitely advantage in their favor. Okay, so it says after sitting out the preseason, quarterback Dak Prescott will make his first throw in an NFL game since the ankle injury he suffered last year against the Giants. So we got to take that into account when looking at Dak. I'm gonna give a little sneak peek. I'm fading Dak, man. I'm fading Dak. You know, Dak is a great quarterback, and he could potentially have a big game tonight. But for one of them reasons right there, this is his first game back from that. We talking an Alex Smith type leg injury. I think I'm fading him tonight. But it says so. Prescott wasn't the only one banged up. Tight end Blake Jarwin is back from an ACL tear that knocked him out. Pro Bowl offensive lineman Tyrone Smith is back. Also, lineman Collins is back. Now, them two are back, but we do have word that right guard Zach Martin is out, so that's big. We know Zach Martin, all-pro lineman. You know, big part of that Dallas offense, especially that Dallas run game. And there's word that he's going to be out for the first game. So I want to take that into note, how that might affect things. Okay, it says Brady is just 4-3 in his last season openers. Okay, so 3 things to watch. This is the where I want y'all to kind of take heed right here. So, number 1, how will Dak Prescott perform? It's rare that performance of another quarterback overshadows Brady, but in this game, Prescott. It is some hype around seeing what he can do after the injury. But a key line I want y'all to see. Shout out Adam Schefter. It says Adam Schefter's claiming Prescott's not fully back. He may not be fully back all season long. Now, they say that Dak shot those claims down, and obviously the Cowboys did too by giving him the extension. But Adam Schefter, to me, is an accurate dude, man. He's basically the insider for the NFL. So if he's saying that Dak's not fully back and he may not be fully back all season long, to me, that one's enough for a fade, man. I think we got to just be realistic with this game. At first, I had Dak in a lineup, but just looking at it, Tampa Bay is basically one of the best defenses, if not the best defense in the league. And for Dak to be playing his first game back on the road versus the Super Bowl champions, first game from the leg injury, a major, not just ankle injury, not just no regular, roll ankle. We're talking about a complete break. First game back against the best defense, to me, that's just not a good recipe, man. That's not a good recipe. Okay, another key here, and this is what I told y'all. It says a positive COVID-19 test for all-pro offensive guard Zach Martin leaves him vulnerable on the right side of the line. So, we already know the issues Cowboys had last year with the line. A lot was due to the injuries. But with Zach Martin out and basically the line kind of trying to get back to 100% health, I think that the Buccaneers defense can cause some trouble for that line, especially with Zach Martin being out. That's a big hole on that right side. With returning players, keeping them uncomfortable early is a key, so they never find a rhythm. The way Prescott plays in the first quarter is crucial. That is key. So number 2, Tampa Bay's offensive weapons. Brady has an all-star list of superstars to go to, from the top runs of Gronkowski and Evans down to new offseason pickups. Giovanni Bernard as a change of pace back. So they got Fournette. That's the number 1. They got Jones as the number 2, and they got Giovanni Bernard as that receiving type back. Gronk had just 2 catches last year in the first 2 games. Evans caught the ball for 2 yards. I think Evans got hurt though, so don't take that. That's the reason he only had 2 catches. I think he got hurt probably the first possession of that game last year. But it says they'll need to do better and should against a Cowboys defense that ranked 23rd overall. So overall, Cowboys defense was basically bad last year, man. Ranked 23rd. That's not too, that's bad. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. We're going to keep it on that. Okay, so Thursday night will be a key test of how Bernard in particular fits into the offense. The Cowboys were second to last against the run, allowing almost 5 yards per rushing attempt. Leonard Fournette will be licking his chops despite a strong 2020 postseason. His last 100-yard game for the Bucs was way back in Week 2 against Carolina. Expect a lot of sprinkling in the run, especially with few wide receivers battling injuries. Antonio Brown knee, Chris Godwin quad. Now, all of them are healthy and ready to go, but we do got to take that into account that we're battling injuries coming into this week. So, take that however you see it. Number 3, can the Cowboys defense make a statement? Dallas went out this postseason and did their best to make over their defense. Former coach Dan Quinn. Now, that's a key note too. Their new defensive coordinator is Dan Quinn. I think they had Mike Nolan last year. So they went from, and I believe that was Mike Nolan's first year maybe. They went from Mike Nolan trying to implement his defense to now Dan Quinn comes in, and Dan Quinn runs the defense now. And we already know Dan Quinn came from Atlanta, which I did some research on Atlanta defense last year. They were good against the run, but they were basically ranked last against, defending the pass as far as quarterbacks and wide receivers. So that's the kind of shift we should see with Dallas. They're probably going to improve against the run, but I think secondary-wise, they're still going to get killed. Okay, it says the team made 6 straight selections on defense, all coming within the first 115 picks. They want to build for the future. First round pick, Micah Parsons. I think he's from Penn State, so that was a good pick. Alongside Vander Esch, but he can't stay healthy, man. So if Vander can stay healthy, that's a good linebacker core. They should be able to at least slow the run down, but he always get hurt, so that's going to be something to see. It's a group that has potential. Last year, the Cowboys forced 23 takeaways, tied for 7th in the NFL. Problem was they allowed 30-plus points in 5 of their first 6 games. You can't give up that much to good offenses and expect to win, can they? Force Brady into some early turnovers. Okay, so final analysis. Dallas enters the game dealing with a series of question marks. The Bucs have all their ducks in a row. Added a home game as the season opener, and there's motivation to perform on a night they honor their Super Bowl victory. The Cowboys, if Prescott plays well and Ezekiel Elliott breaks through for a couple of big runs, have enough offensive firepower to keep it close. But it's hard to see them pulling an upset with so many kinks to start to work out entering week 1. So Athlon Sports got it 31-21, Tampa Bay. So they got Tampa Bay covering, winning by 10. Okay, so hopefully that article kind of gave y'all just a good sense before we get to breaking down players of what's the game looking like. So now lineup construction. To me, when it comes to lineup construction for a game like this, a game where I do believe I'm getting tired of these slides. Hold on. A game like this where I do believe I don't think it's going to be that close as people think. Obviously, the public don't think that because you've seen more money came in on Tampa Bay. And the Tampa Bay's line went up from 6.5 to 8.5. But when it comes to lineup construction, I think you could either do the 4-2 or the 5-1. Them are the options I would say go with. 3-3, no, I don't think this game would be close enough for that. Possibly, though, any lineup construction can work, but we know certain spreads works better for certain lineups. So, like I said, I would either go 4-2, Buccaneers, Cowboys, or you can do 5-1. Either way, but I'm gonna start on the Dallas end, who I like. I'm fading Dak, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'll probably fade Dak and Zeke. Yes, they are in good spots. Just being on the road and just being the usage they have. But as we see here, Dak play dropped on the road. He's coming off that big injury, and it's just too much. It's just too many red flags for me, man. We see Tampa Bay was ranked. They was ranked 24th against the pass, and they were ranked. They're the best rushing defense in the league. So okay, I take that back. You can play Dak. I'm fading him personally, but you can play him. Um, I thought they were a little better against the pass there, but to me right now with Dak, it's just too many red flags. I would have to see. I need to see Dak perform before I invested him, and I just think this Buccaneers defense is gonna be pretty tough. It's the Super Bowl ring ceremony, so it's gonna be pretty hard to me for that week one. And we got to remember this too. Dak didn't play none of the preseason, so he might look rusty. This first game back, not having any real game speed since he got hurt last year, and that was like week 5. Another person I'm probably fading is Zeke. I like Zeke, but not in this situation, man. He's going against the best run defense in the league, ranked number 1. We heard that Zach Martin is out, and from a game plan wise, right? I just look at it like the Buccaneers probably gonna load the box on Zeke, because think about it, the Cowboys gonna want to use the run because they don't want to. I'm sure they don't want Dak throwing the ball 50 times on his first game back, but I feel like the Buccaneers probably gonna load the box on Zeke. The offensive line, we haven't really seen what they're capable of. We know what they did in the past, but we haven't seen that Cowboys offensive line basically for a whole year. So I just don't, for this first game, I just don't see Zeke having that room and that space yet. And this is just a matchup too, man. Matchup is really what it's all about. It's gonna be tough sledding, man, for Zeke. So I did not want to do that. My bad. Technical difficulties. Get this off here. Yeah. So for me, it's a fade for Prescott and Zeke, and it's really more of a matchup thing for me. That's all. A better matchup. Like I said, Zeke is playable to me. I mean, not Zeke. Prescott is playable more than Zeke, but I think I'm fading both. Now, the players I'm interested in with the Cowboys, I want the receiving game. They're on the road. We know teams pass more on the road. Yeah, man, we see CeeDee Lamb prices went up, and he's now the number 2 wide receiver in the offense. So you have options there. Another play I want to show you guys that I like is Blake Jarwin. Now, he missed a lot of time last year. I think he had an ACL injury. But key thing here is this. I looked at that box score from the Super Bowl was ugly. I didn't really know how. I know the Bucs won by a good margin, but I didn't. That box score was ugly for the Chiefs, and you don't want to do the cross comparison all the time, but stats is stats. Mahomes was 0 for 2 in the Super Bowl, 2 picks. Basically, I don't think no runner had over 80 yards. And the only 2 people on that offense that really had an impact for the Chiefs was the tight end. Kelsey had 10 catches for 100 yards. And Tyreek Hill had 7 catches for like 74 yards. So if they were able to shut down the Chiefs like that, and I know that was last year, but we just being realistic, they returned everybody, so it's basically the same team. I don't see Dak Prescott coming off an injury and being able to, outperform Mahomes. If a healthy Mahomes struggle, you know what I'm saying? To me, it's common sense. So the players I'm targeting is, like I said, I like the receiving core from Tampa Bay. So I'm looking at, not from Tampa Bay, from Cowboys. I'm looking at either either the tight ends or I'm looking at the wide receivers. And last but not least, the kicker also. Because if Dallas is struggling to score touchdowns, we know field goals will come in handy. So yeah, that pretty sums up how I'm playing the Cowboys tonight, man. And now we're gonna jump into Tampa Bay. So, man, Tampa Bay has a lot of weapons. Tampa Bay has a lot of weapons, and um, honestly, you can really go a lot of ways when it comes to Tampa Bay. For me, I'm interested in Tom Brady, of course, and to me, you can play Tom Brady in the captain spot, man. Um, first game back, we know this Dallas defense. Uh, Shocking they were good. See, that's just yards a game though. That's not total. But we see they rank last in the run game. Mm. So yeah, man, I like Brady being at home. I do believe that the Cowboys should perform a little better against the run due to the fact that they did draft that linebacker and they do got Vander next to him. So they should perform a little better there. I still would like to attack those corners. We've seen them corners get burnt out a lot. Now, Godwin and Antonio Brown have clear injury status going into this game. Looking for Antonio Brown, great value. Um, we see home games, 14. But this is another key stat I need to show y'all. So, they're going against Dan Quinn, right? Last time Antonio Brown played Dan Quinn, he went for 11 yards for 138 and 2 TDs. And last time Godwin went against Dan Quinn, he went for 5 for 7 for 2 TDs. So is no stranger to Dan Quinn, his system, his scheme. It's something they've seen before. So to another advantage, it's gonna be nothing new for them. It's basically a division opponent. So it's gonna basically like they're going against. Man, definitely fire up these wide receivers. Definitely fire up these wide. Net when it comes to backs. Jones, I don't really know because if Jones is the backup, we look at last year. Jones was the starter. He got 17 against the Saints. And Fournette was the. I know a lot of people probably got burnt last year because they thought Fournette was going to get some touches in that backup role. Fournette only got 5 carries in that backup role. It wasn't until game 2 he got more carries. So I think if we just, looking at history, probably would get 15 touches. I don't know how many touches Jones would get. Another value, as we said, Giovanni Bernard. Now, we don't know how involved he will. I will have to do a little more research myself. But we know Brady like his short routes, his short, quick routes. You know what? I actually like Bernard a little more now. I'm thinking. Remember what to do with James? He could fill in the right role. I like Bernard a lot when it comes to value. We know you're gonna need that value to win. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little reconstruction. I'm gonna have to Bernard in that man. We know Brady. He loves to use my back. You know what I'm saying? Look, we see some of his games, 7 receptions. Like that's what he do. He's a both way back. He can both. So 46 receptions last year. Definitely, I like Bernard as the. I actually love the defense to this game. Um, like I said, we know Dak's coming off the injury. We see they score 11 points, basically 10. They average 10 points. So this defense is hot right now, returning everybody, man. I could easily see Dak. We know Dak don't play too well on the road. I can see them forcing a couple turnovers, maybe even fumble. Um, we got Gronk. Like I said, man, it's really you can go so many ways with the Buccaneers. They got so many weapons. But definitely on that passing attack, a lot of different ways you can go if you need value. Um, I like man. If I go wide receivers, I like Mike Evans and Antonio Brown. Then Godwin, running backs. Of course, I like Fournette. Like I said, I like his value. I like Bernard. So yeah, it's not really too. You can go. It just when it comes to the first, I might go. I might maybe go value running back position in it now because it's gonna be a question when it comes to the carries. Because as much as we can try to, we just never know how it plays out, and we know Dallas has improved in that area. You know, and we do got Bernard who's going to step in and get some touches too. For me, I want to attack that that's what I want to attack. Yeah, man. I hope y'all can get something from this video. Be way more consistent. I think this the lane we're gonna take the channel in. You know, I do got the commentary videos, but DFS is something I'm interested in. This is what you expect from the channel. But this is boy self-made TV merch. I know I keep saying merch, new merch dropping soon. Ain't no date on it, but any day now, you know, y'all gonna see it probably before and after the videos. But new merch dropping. To the IG for the updates and win some bread, man. You know, if y'all got line up ideas, y'all got anything, because we're gonna build off each other, help each other with bread. You know, y'all stay up.